By 2020, there's going to be more connected devices on a ratio of 7:1. So they expect by 2020 that we're going to have 50 billion connected devices. And as all of you know, we're not reproducing 7 times, right? So meaning that this is definitely going to change in which way we treat our customers. So what does this really mean to us? As you know, in the US, we have reached 100% penetration rate. So most of the people walking into your shops today are not new subscribers. Once in a while, we get a completely new one, but it's customers churning from one carrier to another, or also people who are looking for upgrades, which means for carriers, it's a lot harder to get new customers. And the more I've learned about Amazon, I say it's one of the companies that we all got to be a lot more concerned, right? They're fairly young, they're aggressive, and they've grown to be $50 billion in sales. And the key is they offer everything, so they will offer every single connected device, but they don't carry everything. So therefore, they don't carry the burden of inventory. You know, Best Buy is taking this whole connected industry. They saw the video that we showed, and they said, we got to take this very seriously. So Best Buy was a company that was organized into many different divisions, and now they've cut it into 2, the connected group and the home group. So anything that you can connect falls under one single division, so they can have an integrated offering to the consumer. And they made a tremendous amount of investments in the tens of millions of dollars in being able to create an omni-channel experience. And in addition, they want to provide the consumer a seamless offer in which they offer the buyback or trading experience, extended warranty, technical support. So they're trying, to figure out how, even though they might not have the selection that Amazon have, but how they can make it a pretty interesting experience. And then you look at Walmart. Walmart is all about online and fighting Amazon, and they're trying to develop a best-in-class omni-channel experience. Motorola was a history of success where they had 25% market share, and today they have less than 4% market share. They were sold basically for nothing to Google. They were just sold for the patents, and today is a company that's trying to understand what role do they play in our industry. All of you remember Nokia, who at one point in time, they hold a 35% market share in the industry. Today, they are circling 10% and pretty much losing money every single quarter. If you look at RIM, in the past was a great story of success. And if you look at RIM today, it's a company that's also fighting to survive. So, I think innovation, which means changing the way we do business, changing the ways we conduct or we do our value offering to our customers is something that it needs to be at the core of every single company that's here, that's in this room. So in 2001, they only had 4 products to fill the 6,000 square feet store. Imagine that. I mean, we struggle with 40, 50 products, so with only 4 products. And what they did is they filled the store by providing genius bars, theaters, face-to-face help, friendly people. So they pretty much had the liberty that most retailers didn't have, and they just had the space to bring new things and bring new innovation. So we talked to a lot of dealers. We send you a little survey, and we ask you, what is it that keeps you up at night? And a lot of you told us, the rising cost of running a business, it's more expensive. Reduced compensation from carriers or activations or changes in the carrier rate plan. And then a lot of you say the iPhone. I mean, the iPhone, even though it's a great device, traditional compensation from an iPhone, it's less. And the reason why it's less is pretty simple. Apple is taking most of the profit. Carriers are shrinking because they're forced to provide a pretty high subsidy. And in exchange, they provide you a smaller compensation than what you're used to. What are biggest opportunities that you could work? Improving customer traffic, which means connecting more to your consumer via online or walking to your shops. Higher attach rates on accessories, that's always a plus because gross margins are significantly high. And then always, launching new services to offset the downward pressure of carrier commission. I mean, some of you have done an outstanding job of having the best attachment rate in the world in the insurance business. I mean, some of you are 50, 60%, which that's far superior than any carrier. Your traditional stores got to convert to become connected centers. And they got to be prepared to sell more than a phone, activation, an upgrade, and accessory. Customers, now that we know they're going to have 5, 6, 7 different connections, they got to be treated like a business, like a small business, and we got to understand what are their true needs. We look at buyback is going to be a key offer for consumers because now we're going to be proactively buying back used technology that in the past, as you look at the life cycle of tablets, I mean, if you look at how fast the tablets are being launched, every single year, Apple is launching a new tablet. Well, the consumer, the value of that used tablet a year or 2 later, it's very close to what they paid at the beginning. And there's many, many other countries that are willing to consume used iPad or used tablets or used connected devices or used smartphones. There's a tremendous amount of wealth to be created by managing the technology of your customers, who's just, again, more than just selling them a mobile phone. Now, from a strategy perspective, these are the questions that we ask ourselves, right? The first one is, if I'm a dealer agent or if I'm a small retailer, first question that I ask is, do I have the right supply chain that can handle these diverse devices? When buying mobile phones, it was easy. You had 40, 50 different phones, you stock them and all that. So that's something now that we're going to look at a potential 1,000, 2,000, or 3,000 SKUs that can be connected. Again, connected TVs, connected refrigerators, connected washer and dryers. I don't think, nobody has the right supply chain to manage that, or stores are not set up to sell those devices today. Then the next question is, are stores able to display and show how these devices work? I don't think our stores today are set up to do that. Do we have the cash to maintain those products in inventory? I mean, some of these products cost a lot more money than just a traditional feature phone. Our salespeople train. Can our salespeople truly sell the plethora of connected devices? Then next, do we offer the best-in-class omni-channel experience? Can any of our consumers go online and be able to start a transaction, even though you might not have authorization from your carrier today to sell online? Can they truly start buying online, get pre-authorized for credit, and then walk into stores? What we've seen is that's not the case today, in most of the stores. And the next is, do we have the technical support, insurance, trading, installation service to support the sale? And I would say that if we're all honest with ourselves, we don't have most of this. And what we learned from an evolution perspective is we better get on this early at the beginning of this growth phase of the connected economy or connected devices. So as this grows, we are set up from a supply chain perspective. We're set up from a financing perspective. We have trained our people on selling more than selling a traditional mobile phone. The words I'll remember is the glue, and I truly think that by you being at the point of sale and talking to the customers, as long as you have the right technology, the right supply chain, and the right product offering, you're truly the glue that's going to hold it all together. So again, thanks for your time. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it gives you some perspective in terms of what is going on in our industry and how we got to get ready for what's to come. I think it's exciting. I think we're all so lucky to be in a very, very powerful industry that's going to grow from about, 9 billion connections we have today to 50 billion. There's no other industry in the world that's going to experience that type of growth. And